Leveraging Alibaba to find a product. Alibaba is not only a great place to find suppliers for your product, but also for finding product ideas. Alibaba's search interface is pretty easy to use. Start with the research bar on the top and type in what products you're interested in. Once the results load, click the two boxes on the left marked On-Site Checked and Gold Supplier. These will enable only suppliers with credibility on Alibaba to show up in the search results. So rather than just talking about it, let's take a look at it together. So we're going to use the example of foam roller. So I put in foam roller in the top search bar right here. And then I go over to the side and I look for gold supplier right here. And I also want to check on-site checked, which is right here. Now, from here, we just want to take a look at what's available. So if we look, we see Pro Circle, Deep Tissue, EVA, EPP, Yoga Foam Roller. On the right-hand side, it'll show me how long they've been a gold supplier. Basically, all a gold supplier is it means they pay Alibaba to be a gold supplier. But it's a good sign because they've been paying Alibaba for a couple years. They want to remain on Alibaba. They're probably a reliable vendor. The second one we did was on-site checked, which is right here. On-site checked means that Alibaba actually went to their factory and verified they truly do have a factory and they're producing. Now, these transactions here are the actual transactions that they've made through Alibaba. A lot of transactions, I know personally every time that I've made a transaction, it has been off Alibaba. It is a really safe way to do it. A lot of suppliers don't really want to offer that. You can do it that way, but you don't really have to pay attention to that. It's cool they've done 730,000, 119 transactions in the last 6 months. That's great. Obviously, they're doing a lot of business. It's a really good thing. But you see the person below it doesn't have that. That's okay. They probably do a lot of sales off Alibaba and they meet people through Alibaba. So let's just take a look at the first one. So if we click here, it brings us into the full product description. You don't really need to pay attention here to either of these, the unit price. You know, $4.3 to $49. Gigantic difference. They're just putting that in there so they have some numbers. And also here where it says 100 pieces is the minimum order. That really doesn't really matter because a lot of times they'll just put a number in there. You really got to contact them to find out. So as we're going down here, we look trade assurance. Trade assurance is why people do it through Alibaba. Alibaba supports up to a certain amount of money in case the supplier doesn't actually send the product or they send a broken product or things like that. Most of these suppliers, you don't really have to worry about it if you're looking at on-site checked and gold supplier for a couple of years. They're pretty reliable. We can take a look at the pictures. They even have a video here. So here you go. We customize your foam roller with your own desire. Perfect. You know, so your own surface. They'll allow you to do different types of surfaces. Allow you different colors. Your own foam roller function, which I would assume are these little points right here. Your own roller. Touch every muscle of the body. Okay, cool. And then they show you the actual schematic of the foam roller. So it looks like they offer a few different products. The regular foam roller, some ball foam rollers, a lot of different types of foam rollers, which is a good sign. So we go down and we go to, it'll show you where they're coming out of, where their factory is. You know, they do customized logo, the materials, EVA and EPP. The packaging they offer, shrinking film and carton, which means they probably offer it shrink wrapped or in a box. Let's see, delivery time, shipping in 15 days after payment. That also depends on how long the production is for how many you're producing. And we can go down here and see some more good pictures. And they give you all this here. Looks like you can store things inside of it. The sizing, which is good. The logo. Minimum order quantity, they're showing 100 pieces again. Vibrating foam roller. A bunch of different foam rollers, a bunch of different designs. And it looks like they produce a lot of other things as well. Yeah, definitely weightlifting, mobility. So we're just looking for foam rollers here. We have an idea that foam roller will do really well. So what we'd want to do here, let's say we want to contact this company, you can actually do it through the little messaging right here. And I can just go over to the template we provided you and copy and paste. And I want to take this web address right here and paste it into the email in the correct spot, which you'll see on the template we sent you, we gave you. And you're basically going to say, you're never going to say you want 100 units because they kind of take you as a joke and they might not even respond to you. So for this, put it in as 10,000 units. Doesn't matter if you only want 1,000. You can start at that. You guarantee they're going to get back to you. This is if you have a business card through Alibaba. I usually don't share it with my suppliers. And then you would just press send after you do that. Now, if you want to message them the traditional way, you can go up here and click right here and contact supplier. From there, it'll bring you to a full messaging. I like it better personally on this. It kind of gives you, the full messaging view. It's a little easier to work with. So you can do, again, 10,000 and boom, you're good. So, and then send inquiries right here. Now, you don't want to send to just one supplier. We're doing a little product research here. We want to know a little bit more about these products. We think it's a good product. Okay, cool. So, and we're still in the research phase too. We just thought about foam roller might be a good idea. So since we thought about foam roller, let's take a look at some deep tissue foam rollers and see how well they're doing. So if I go over to Amazon and I take a look, deep tissue foam roller. Cool. Okay, this keyword has a few big players. 801, this one's only at 15, 801, 46, 470, 75. I could probably rank here. 38, I might not rank at the very top, but look, there's stuff ranking with 23 reviews. You could definitely rank, and the price range is pretty good. Anywhere here from 17 to, let's go to the top, 15, 21, 20, 25, 25. Those are all good. Those are all really good numbers. Now you'd want to go on here, click into one of them, and let's see what they're actually ranking. So they got some good pictures. This is an enhanced listing. It looks really good. And they're ranking 930 in sports and outdoors. That's great. They're making a lot of money off this. The only issue I'd look at here is shipping weight is 2.2 pounds. Item weight is 1.65. Probably means other cases they're shipping in a carrying bag right here. They're also probably shipping in a box. So that's going to weigh 2.2 pounds. So the only issue with that is when you have something that's heavy, you're going to pay more for shipping through Amazon. So you got to make sure you have enough product cost in this. At $25, you'd want to probably pick up this product for a total cost of $5 or less. So when we were looking at the base examples, 4.3 to 49, this might not be the solution from this supplier, but it doesn't mean that that's not a great product still. We also can take a look real quick at what the keyword search volume is. So let's go over to merchant words and let's take a look. And if we look on merchant words, let's take a look at deep tissue foam roller. Okay, so not a tremendous search volume. And so if we take, how about just foam roller? And these are really big players because, well, some of them still 46 reviews, 38. It still would be very hard to rank because this is a major keyword. Now, if we look at the search volume on that, the search volume on that is 4.5 million. So here from what we just did, and we're going back and forth with this research, we may have found another viable option. So memory foam roller. This looks like a specific type of foam roller. Let me highlight. Type it in here and we'll see what comes up for that. Memory foam roller. Okay, cool. This is a potential product for sure. Not a tremendous amount of products on the front page of reviews at all. Wow, really not a lot here. And now if we go back to merchant words, we see memory foam roller has 128,000 searches and nobody's dominating the first page. Let's just take a look at the first non-sponsored with some reviews. So here is what comes up for memory foam roller. Pretty good descriptions here on the bullet points. 18 bucks, which is pretty cheap. Enhanced listing. They're ranking 25,000, so they're not doing that great, and it's 1.9. Surprising because of how many searches are here. Let's take a look at anything else that's ranking here. So let's take a look at this one. 61 reviews, sells for a lot of money. Got some cool competitive advantages that I really like, where it's showing mid to upper back, lats right on the actual roller. I really like that. Some good pictures, some good bullet points, nice and short and to the point. Good price point, $36.50. Enhanced listing. Ranking at 116 though, so they're still not selling a lot. So this probably isn't a viable product. So it looks like on foam roller, regular foam rollers is by far the highest search volume. So in roller foam, which is the same thing. Let's take a look at this one. How about foam roller massager? So foam roller massager. Let's take a look at this one, which is $13.99 at 21. $13.99 for the majority, it looks like. Let's go down to ranking really, really well. 267 in sports and outdoors, £1. You'd want to pick this up for about $4 tops. You're selling it for $14 at 1.1 pound. It's a little bit larger of an item, might even rank as oversized. You're probably only going to make about $5 a piece after everything off this, but their ranking is at 267 in sports and outdoors. They could be selling 50 or 80 of these a day. You're selling 80 of them a day, you're still making $400 a day off this keyword. Off this product, which is pretty good. So you take something like this, where we just looked for foam roller massager, and that's a smaller keyword, and we could get a couple of these keywords where the same product show up for, like 2-in-1 foam roller massager, and we try and rank for those, and we try and find a product on Alibaba to do that with. So let's go back to product research now, and let's type in the new keyword we found, foam roller massager. Okay, so here we go. We look at this trade company, or this this producer, manufacturer, 5 years gold supplier, and their site unchecked, $1.76, what they're showing as their low price. We really don't know till we contact them to $7.06, but it's possible that you could get this for like $3, which would be great. Looks pretty good. It looks like open storage inside of it. Can customize it. So it looks good. They're showing minimum order quantities of 1,000 pieces. It shows where they're located. Again, I'd probably reach out to this company and I'd say, use our template. What's the minimum order quantity? What can we customize? With this, the only thing with foam rollers is we like to find what are called competitive advantages. Using Alibaba is usually a really good way of doing that. So the issue with a lot of these foam rollers is what's going to make you different than this guy. This guy's already got 470 reviews, 70 answered questions. He's doing pretty well. What's going to make yours so much better that someone's going to buy it instead of this one, which is already beating you with 470 reviews? So we'll go down here and take a look at the 2-star reviews. So construction feels cheap. It's a foam roller wrapped in a hard case with alternating bumps and smooth parts. You can feel the case. Very uncomfortable. Whoops. Not perfectly cylindrical. Too narrow. Tons of bruises. Extremely uncomfortable. Let's see. So, smart they're responding to some of these comments here. That's really good on the company's part. For a full refund, that's really smart. And then hopefully you can change your negative experience. You don't write that part. You just hope that they do it. So It looks like the big issue with this is it's very uncomfortable. So you'd want to find something and it feels like it's wrapped in a hard piece. Maybe you'd ask them if they could put an extra coating of foam roller on the very inside of this white tube here, or on the outside of the inside, if that makes any sense. And it'll make it more comfortable when they press down. If the spikes contract, they might be feeling that inner tube, but if you have another layer of foam there, they probably won't. So, and you can put that on there, extra layer of foam around the center to make sure you're comfortable at 100% of the time. These are the kind of things you want to look for when you're looking for a product. What can you change and make it better? So we go here, there's vibrating ones, more vibrating ones that are a lot more expensive. And here's a grid one, 280 to 340 is what they're advertising. Really depends on your pieces probably. They actually give a good breakdown here. So without even asking, we can see what they're actually selling it for. 500 to 1,000 pieces is $3.40. That's pretty good. You'd have to ask them, maybe you want to make your own design of these patterns here. Maybe an optimal design pattern, or you could look up an optimal design pattern for the best possible massage and working out your knots the best. These are the kinds of things you want to figure out when you're doing product research. You're on Alibaba, you're trying to figure out, like, maybe these spikes are too far from each other. Maybe it's too wide, maybe it's too narrow. To do this, we found a possible product based on our keyword here of, foam roller and memory foam roller massager, foam roller for men. All these can be adapted to these keywords, but we want to figure out what makes ours special. So we're going to go through a few of these listings here. Let's go down. Let's go to this one. Okay, $17.97. And we're going to go down. Use the 2 and 3 star reviews. The 1 are going to be people that are just complainers. 2 stars, hard as a rock. Now we're finding some consistencies. The people are really not liking very hard, cause bruising. Here's a really good consistency we're seeing across the board. How do you fix it? How do you turn the negative here to a competitive advantage? We just went over it. Figure out a way to put some foam padding around the hard center. My guess, I would bet that this is the issue. When that foam is compressing, or the foam outside could be too hard, but if the foam is compressing, the people are feeling that inside hard tube. Figure out a way that they won't feel it. Or figure out a way that to make the outside foam a little bit softer, so they're still getting the impact of the massage, but it's a little more comfortable. Let's go back and take a look at, those were 2 stars. Let's take a look at the 3 stars. Not very round. Another issue we're seeing here. So maybe because they're cheap, they're getting these inside tubes that are not round and they're difficult to roll. Raised area was too intense. Again, too hard. Maybe it looks like maybe the actual spikes themselves are too hard. Good response. A lot of these companies have really good response. The knobby, more aggressive type of is much more effective for a deep tissue foam roll. But if people aren't comfortable using it, it doesn't matter if it's effective. People are still going to leave you a negative review, which is not what you want. I thought it'd be a little softer. So you might not need to make it so soft that they're not getting a response from the muscles from it, but you might want to make it softer so they enjoy using it and they're comfortable using it. Let's see. Then you get people that just complain, like this giant review here and left a 3 star. And then this guy says it's too soft, which is weird. Very painful and uncomfortable. So let's go check one more listing and see if we see the same commonalities. Let's take a look at this one. This is an interesting one. Oh, this is vibrating. It's completely different because they're charging $100 for that. Wow. This one's selling for a lot. Don't think it's vibrating. It is not. Oh, trigger point grid. I don't know. I would think maybe this is a recognized brand. I don't know a tremendous amount about foam rollers. I use mine at my gym. That's about it. So I'm going to guess it's a recognized brand because the amount of reviews and the amount they're able to sell it for. But let's just take a look at what people are saying on the 2 star reviews. Foam is very thin and soft. Interesting. Let's see. Didn't squeak. Let's see. Extremely firm. By the back padding itself is rock solid. So again, we get the black padding itself was rock solid. Could mean again the inner padding was solid. Very hard rubber, and it hurt when I tried to use it. So maybe a soft coating on the outside might do it, like a soft coating on the outside rubber. This is a unique product, so let's try and find a similar product to what we're dealing with. Let's take a look at Extreme Roller and see what they have. Looks like a slightly different type of pattern. They have a lot of variations on this listing. $22, and let's take a look at the reviews. 2-star. Shaped weird, hard and digs into your back. Most annoying foam roller I've ever had. 2 different textures makes it difficult to use and get the desired effect. Also very firm, almost uncomfortable. So the repeat here we're having is not round, so it's not able to roll. Probably different textures on both sides makes it very hard to roll on. And very too firm where it actually hurts. So you're starting to figure out some competitive advantages. So like things I would write on here, I'd write the manufacturer, the original template we gave you. And then I'd contact somebody like this. And, also I would say, can I get, if I decide this is a product I'm going to go with, can I get 5 samples? I want to see that they're all round in the inside. They all roll easy. I want to see there's no differentiation between the 2 shapes, or between the 5 sample shapes. So I'm not getting one that is oval and one that's round in the middle. I'd also ask, can we change the texture? Can we put that inner layer of foam so it's a little softer inside if they compress? And can we make the whole thing just slightly softer, 10, 20% softer? So they're still getting the massage out of it, but it's not as painful on somebody's back that's not used to using a foam roller. And again, here we get, 1,000 at $29.99 pieces is $320. If you were selling this for $20, we could take a look too. This is a great exercise to do while you're researching on Alibaba. Let's take a look at Amazon FBA calculator. So we would just take a similar listing to this. Let's take everything on here. So I usually look for the weight if I can find it on this. It's probably going to be pretty similar. This is a lighter one, and this one, where are we? This one looks pretty similar with the oops. I need to find the one on Amazon. So let's look at that trigger point actually. Trigger point foam roller. Oops. Here, perfect. This looks like pretty much exactly the same product. They're probably buying it from this manufacturer. It's literally exactly the same. So they're selling this thing for $38, but they have 1 million reviews. We probably wouldn't be able to sell it for that. Let's say we're selling it for $20. Their listing also sucks. Their bullets mean nothing. They have no benefits, no competitive advantages. They've probably just been one of the original people that were on here. I bet you it's not even a recognized brand. They're probably the original seller, one of the original sellers of foam rollers. They've been on Amazon forever. So they're riding the wave, and they're probably selling a ton of them. Yeah, 368 in sports and outdoors. They're selling an absolute ton of these things and making a fortune. But it's only because they've been here forever. So there are actually other sellers are selling this too. So it could be a recognized brand. So what we do is we come down where we just looked at here, where it gives me the best seller ranking, and I get the ASIN. So I just copy and paste this, and I move it over to revenue calculator. So I see it's 1.32 pounds. Let's say we're selling it for, a lot of these were $20. So I'm selling it for $20. It's 1.32. So I know approximately, it's approximately 60 cents a pound to send to Amazon. So we're going to say 65 cents shipping to Amazon. And we can actually look at the cost of the product. So let's say we're buying 1,000 pieces, $3.20. We can estimate that it's going to cost us, let's say, 80 cents, for shipment to the United States through sea shipping, customs, and all that stuff, and taxes. So let's estimate it costs us $4. So let's calculate. So we're left with a net profit of $6.73. Not bad, actually. I personally like to sell products that are over $25 just because it's just so expensive for the FBA fees. But this isn't bad. Your net margin is good, 33%. That's pretty much exactly what most of my products have always been at, and that's what you want to be at. You want to be about 30% and higher. So, I mean, if this left us, let's say, $1.73 in advertising, we net $5 a product. If we could get up to selling 40 of them a day, you're netting $200 a day. You're netting $1,400 a week. Even if we do half of that, we're selling them. We're making $5. We're selling 20 units a day. Good, solid amount. It's $100 a day. You're making $500 or $700 a week. We take a look. $700 a week times your yearly times 52 weeks. You're making $36,500 of just having this one product. Not great, not bad. I mean, I'll take an extra $36,000 any day of the week because once you get this running, it's really not that much to run. Might be an interesting product. Might consider it. I'd probably put it on my sheet. Not sure if there's enough competitive advantages, but that's basically what you do. You're going through a bunch of these, going back and forth between Amazon, your Amazon FBA calculator, which you can just Google for film and FBA calculator Amazon, and it'll bring you this, and you can type in a similar product and find all your information, and then compare it to the information on Alibaba. And going back between that and Amazon and Merchant Words and finding products. And we continue to do this and build out our product research sheet, which you guys have as well in the download section. And that's how to use Alibaba to leverage products. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but if you have any questions, you guys can always message us. And good luck. Find all your products.